We are now live, Ed.
I see that.
No hot mic moments.
I would
You have
mind
me on
talking about all that live. I mean, I think it's kind of funny.
I know.
If anybody wants to know, I was just talking about all the mirrors in my condo before we went live, and there was had to be a little bit of a PG-13 spin to it.
Well, I brought Jenna to set in. We have to load up and stuff for the rodeo for this weekend, and
we're off to remember that song, man. We're off to the rodeo. You know that song?
Yes.
Yeah, very well.
You can't do that song, I don't think, on your show, D. It's an R-rated, like almost X-rated song, so we're gonna have to stay away from that. But I remember that from my, you learn about that song in junior high in the 1980s. Are you there? I can't hear anything.
Hello.
You're going in and out, D, or something.
All right, give me a second. I fix that. Did I ever take it up?
Our Wi-Fi may not be reliable.
Give me
Hold on.
1 minute. I'll be right back.
All right.
Refresh. No, there we are. Can you hear us now?
Yeah.
All right. Okay, so are you talking about the country song?
No. And we're off to the rodeo. You don't know that song? I'm gonna have to look it up now.
I think so. I can hear it in my head, but I can't think of it.
Only
That
thing I
sounded really
think of is
oxymoron,
the
but-
whole "you piss me off."
Yeah, that's right. That song. Yes, that song. Yes, the rodeo song.
That's a country song.
It's where is it? Here it is. Yeah, it's by David Allan Coe.
Yes.
Yep.
Oh my god. Oh no. We can't do that. We're gonna and we're all gonna have to say Hail Marys after the show's over.
I have to say a lot of those quite often.
So yes, we're going to the rodeo this weekend, and what we got: barrel racing and calf tying and cow roping or whatever. What are we doing?
Jenna?
We've got bull riding, barrel racing, bronc riding, mutton busting, and women steer, like where they go out there and they win a prize so they can catch the steer and hold it by the horns.
Okay.
Yeah, it's a really cool, fun experience.
I've never been to one. Even though I'm really not into that stuff, I think it would be cool to go sometime just to check it out. Because I'm into, different things that would be like me going, like maybe going to the opera. I've never been to the opera either, but I would go. Neat. I was always, when they in Las Vegas, when they would have, what is it called? CFR or something? The big rodeo show there in Vegas where they used to have it at the MGM. I mean, that was one of the biggest weeks of the year.
The NFR. Yep. The National Finals Rodeo.
Okay. NFR. Okay.
Yep.
Yeah.
I wanted to go to that so bad. I love Vegas.
It's a great city. Lived there 13 and a half years. But yeah, NFR was traditionally one of the biggest weeks of the year, just like the Super Bowl or something. Yeah. Okay, so you're going to the rodeo. What else you got going on, D?
Oh, it's a fundraiser, so we're going to be doing the, funnel cakes, the fried Oreos, cotton candy, and popcorn.
Oh, yeah. Can't get enough of that talk. Can't get enough of that talk. We talked about that a couple weeks ago. That was pretty, yeah. All right, now let's turn my lights on.
So right now, the guys are loading the trailer and playing with trucks.
All right, I hope they don't hurt
themselves. Water starts flying everywhere shortly.
Hope they don't hurt themselves.
Well.
So where is this rodeo?
It's here in Gene Autry, Oklahoma.
Okay. Well, that would make sense.
Now we have the Gene Autry Museum for the singer up here too. So
Okay. All right. You're right. Right. There used to be, I don't know. There is some museum for one of those cowboy type guys in California that you drive by. I think it's in Victorville, California. It's right there along the 15 driving from Vegas to LA in Victorville, right before you go down to El Cajon Pass, start going down into the basin where LA is. I don't know if is that Roy Rogers or somebody like that. I'm going to have to look that up. But so Gene Autry has a museum there?
Yes,
All right.
we do.
Okay.
I was trying to
Me-
find the museum you're talking about, and Google's letting me down.
Victorville, what is that? I'll look it up now. Now that I've already looked up the X-Rated Rodeo song. Victorville, California, Cowboy Museum. Roy Rogers, I was right. Dale Evans Museum in Victorville, man. There you go. See, that's why I'm good at trivia. I remembered stupid stuff like that. Yeah, it's right along the 15. If you're driving, it's right there along the highway. Roy Rogers and Dale Evans. So.
Didn't Roy Rogers and Dale Evans also have a tie to Doherty?
Possibly.
At a what?
I think so.
We have a town called Doherty, Oklahoma, which they also have a tie to that.
Don't know. Never heard.
Oh no, we already got Randy Travis, Garth Brooks, Chris Cagle,
we got,
Reba McEntire, Blake Shelton, now Gwen Stefani.
and then you got Reva's cousin, Vince Gill.
Mm-hmm.
Trying to
Trisha
think.
Yearwood now.
That's all in what? That's all in Oklahoma?
Yes, sir.
We had Toby Keith too. Toby Keith was a Norman.
That sounds like more people than I thought even lived in Oklahoma.
Oh, we make up the population, us and them.
I just saw an interview with Vince Gill somewhere. I'm not into country, as D knows. I'm not into country music at all. Zero. But he got interviewed, but he was a big star. I mean, he had a lot of hits and everything. And he was actually asked to play like backup in some country band. No, it was the Eagles. Vince Gill plays with the Eagles now with Don Henley and the rest of them who are still alive. That's what it was. Don Henley got Vince Gill to play with the Eagles. That's what it was. All
I'm trying to
right.
look something up to see. Hold on. Did you like Three Doors Down? Puddle of Mud?
Puddle of Mud's all right. In fact, I was just listening to some Puddle of Mud today. Don't they do the song Blurry?
Yes.
Yeah.
They Greg Upchurch, their drummer, actually has a coffee shop a couple towns over from us.
Okay. Yeah, well, good thing, because I know the lead singer has completely destroyed his own life, so with drugs and everything else. So
Yeah.
good thing the drummer had a backup plan.
Yeah.
Well, see, our friend Ed's also a singer and a pianist.
Ooh, really? You're a pianist?
Yep. I
That's
had
awesome.
no choice. My mother was a piano teacher, taught piano out of my home in Pennsylvania. Yeah, for like 40 years. Yeah, my mother taught piano.
That's awesome. I recently just started playing again, or trying to.
Wow. On an actual piano, or do you have a keyboard? What do you got?
I have both. I actually have my piano. I'd like to play it, but it's going to cost like over $3,000 to have it tuned
Oh,
because it's an 1800s piano.
wow. I was going to say it must be really messed up. Usually tuning doesn't cost near that much.
Yeah, it's so old that.
All right. So it's like one of those old uprights.
Yep. It's the baby grand.
Oh, it is a grand piano. It's the strings are on their side, or the
Yes.
strings upright. The strings upright.
Nope, they're on their side.
Wow. Okay.
It was actually Greta Gable's piano at one point, and it went around. It's the piano that went around the horn. I don't know. There's a whole story for it that was there for years and years. So,
How did you come into that?
my dad was a realtor in Oregon, and he went to show a house, and apparently a family member of hers down the line had the piano, and
Wow.
of course they were moving, so my dad bought it off of them.
That's a story.
Yeah.
Well, that would actually then be where if it has a story behind it, might be, of course, worth it to get it all tuned up. And
Yeah, I'd like to eventually, but right now,
what
pretty.
what brand name is it?
I'm not 100% sure.
All right.
I just know it's pretty. And it's a baby grand piano. That's what I know.
When I was growing up, my mother, we had a Baldwin upright, and then we got some old pianos so I could practice on my own, separate from my mother giving lessons, and I don't even remember what that was. But then I got the first grand piano, the only grand piano I have was a Kawai, Kawai, Japanese piano. And then when I lived in Vegas, I ended up getting a Samick upright piano, which was pretty good. And those got sold. And now I have a Kawai touch-sensitive keyboard that's just right off camera here to my right that I have.
That's awesome.
Yeah. Yep. Got it here. Of course, having a real piano in my condo here would not be very smart due to sound regulations and stuff. So I play just with the headphones on.
It depends on how much you like your neighbors or don't like your neighbors, how fun that piano could be in the apartment.
Yeah, well, I don't want to get in any trouble. So.
Yeah.
Well, that's neat. Cool.
Well, a little bit more about Jenna. She's also a realtor. She's also a travel agent.
Mhm.
Let's see here.
I'm a travel agent. I am a bar and lounge manager, entertainment manager,
Wow.
a rent ready specialist and agent for a rental company. What else do I do? Do a lot.
You supervise two.
And she occasionally sleeps.
That's not a lie right there, because I don't sleep very much.
Yeah, I believe that. Oh, you'll find this interesting, D. I go to this one coffee shop that I've been going to for I don't know, probably a year now, and I've gotten to know some of the baristas, pretty well, and they're young people, mostly, girls. I mean, they're early 20s. I think of the girls, but they're young women, like early 20s. And I have them now trying to guess what I do for work. I've not told them. We've had conversations about all sorts of things, but they see me in there a lot. And of course, I'm doing unfound work there, looking stuff up, writing stuff. I can even edit the episodes while I'm there as long as I have the headphones on. And so I guess amongst them, they've been talking about themselves. What does this guy do? He's always in here. He's here for hours. He's really friendly and everything. So they've tried to quiz me on what I do, and I'm not telling them. I said, you're going to have to find it out yourself. Figure it out.
Oh, I understand that one.
So, all right. Well, you said you wanted to talk about Con Nip and Colton Molly, or what?
No, I was just letting you know that he's up to the same shenanigans and everything. And I've been told by now 3 firemen that guess there was fires down there. But they were according to one, which Death, he told me that whenever he was on with Kreiner, that they were controlled burns that got out of control.
That happens. Mm-hmm. All right.
But
So
it happened
the remains
same
were
area
found.
every year.
The remains were found. They were found burned. Now the question is, did any fires happen in the area while the remains would have been there? And the answer is
Me
probably
and Ed, and for some reason. All right. Ed, did I lose him? No. Ed, it's probably my connection. The remains were found, yes, back in March. No, February.
right. But we now know that they were burned. And it doesn't seem that they are thinking that they were burned on purpose. Right?
Yeah, we fought grass fires out there before, so
Speak up so I can hear you.
I don't know if,
Here. Go ahead.
about what,
But what you're
about we fought grass fires out there after they went missing ways. Burnt in too.
hearing, Ed,
Barely, kind of going in and out. We got some microphone issues or something, connection issues going on here.
So we've had fires down that area, not too long after they went missing and throughout the years. So there's no telling if it happened during the time, after the time, when it actually took place.
But there's no belief out there that these remains were somebody tried to burn them on purpose.
Do what? I'm sorry, Ed.
I'm asking, no belief that anybody tried to burn them on purpose.
I don't think they did, honestly, because we've had like 3 or 4 prior, then 3 or 4 after, so there's no telling on that part.
Okay.
When they go missing, I forgot.
2013.
Okay.
July 2013.
Yeah, we've had fires at night out there that can be started by campfires, controlled burns that didn't get extinguished, or arsonist.
Right.
So there's no telling.
Yeah. He's being paged by this fire chief.
And so regarding Khan, so he went on a joyride again, got caught.
Yes, sir.
Okay. Didn't have anybody with him this time?
That's not known. All I saw was that his name was ran and that he was involved with the vehicle, but I don't know of anybody else that was involved with it.
All right. That must be how he gets his jollies.
Well, I mean, right now I have a friend of, well, I'm going to go ahead and talk about it. I've been told not to, but I'm going to go ahead and do it. In my own backyard, a friend of mine whose husband was cheating on her is now got a warrant for his arrest here for neglecting of child.
Oh my goodness.
So, it's just peachy.
Cheating on his wife and then a neglected child on top of it.
Uh-huh.
Okay.
I mean,
Bad news.
it's almost, from what I understand, the Ohio 16 had more of an excuse than the family that the child was in the care of, as well as him, as an excuse.
Right. I know what
You
you're
know what I
talking about.
mean?
You mean that murder spree that happened in Ohio years ago?
To Ohio, there were 16 kids found in a dilapidated house.
Oh, okay.
The mom, the dad, the grandparents all have been arrested because of it.
All right. I don't know about that. Didn't know about
I mean, there's a lot we need to talk about, Ed. But we
I guess. Did your friend know that he was cheating on her? I mean, how did she find out?
No, and I had to be the big mouth and told her that the baby was his and not someone else's.
Drama. Drama in Oklahoma.
And Michael's been telling me, no, you can't do this. You can't do that. Don't say anything. And I'm like, So, but yes, we have cases to talk about and other things. And I
Yeah, we
figured
do.
I'd bring a guest on who has been talking about doing podcasting and give her a little bit of a taste of what YouTube's like.
Okay. Well,
She's
you and I have
been
been
moved-
talking about this Gaston woman, right?
Yes. Yes.
And I sent you some articles that I found on newspapers.com about what was written at the time
Mhm.
and see if any, parallels could be made to Nancy Guthrie's disappearance. In many ways, it does sound similar, does it not?
Mm-hmm. See, and I heard how I found out about it is I was scrolling through YouTube, and the guy that's doing Nolan, what is his name? Not Nolan. Searching in the and was found in
Oh, over in
Comanche area. Yeah. Anyway, it's not showing it being on my end. Huh. This is weird. Okay. But we were discussing it. I was discussing
We're having internet problems tonight. Hello. Lost you. Hello.
Okay, we're going to try it this way. Can you hear me, Ed?
I can hear you. Yeah.
Okay. My laptop is not wanting to stay connected, and I don't know why.
Why is that?
It could be the metal building.
Hmm.
Which wouldn't surprise me any.
Okay. So what do you use now? Where are you now?
My phone. I'm on my phone. And we
Okay.
got the mics plugged into it.
Okay. So you were talking about some guy somewhere. That's where we kind of got cut off there.
Yeah, he was in the Philippines, and he was talking. Me and him were talking, and he made the remark to me that the FBI are now trying to connect, or the similarities.
Uh-oh. Still going,
Hi, Ed.
you're still going in and out.
Is it any better?
You're still going in and out. You
Yeah,
started.
I noticed.
Is this always happen or just when you do this, D?
Well, this is the first time I've ever done it in this building.
Oh, where are you?
I'm at the fire department.
Oh, well, the fire department's Wi-Fi sucks. You can,
I'll tell
you can tell them I said that. I don't
It's
have.
gonna be everything that's happening.
I live here in Florida. I don't have to worry about any firemen coming to my place and beating me up. Their Wi-Fi sucks.
I don't know. I might be in Florida later this year.
All right, I'll let security know.
All right. I have a seminar down there, so I'm trying to go.
Must be this Wi-Fi must be like on 1G or something. This is like
might have-
dial up in like 1997.
You want to go sit on tailgate?
Yeah. Just one second.
Still while you're at, just. I'm just gonna leave my laptop setting. Cigarettes. Mic. All right. Oh. Which tailgate? We'll find a tailgate. Just in case you fall. All right.
I went out.
Mm-mm. We can't keep a signal up there. I'm sitting on your tailgate. We can't keep signal up there.
Wi-Fi?
Yeah. Okay. Can you hear me?
I can hear you. Yeah.
Okay. Alrighty.
So let's start this again. So the FBI, according to somebody, is looking at that as a similarity.
Yes.
All right. Who said this about the FBI?
I would have to go get his website or his YouTube channel. His last name's Noah, which is why he got into the Noah Pressgrove case, and he's been also covering Nancy Guthrie stuff. He's not from the United States,
I see.
so there's not much he can discuss. You know, that's what he had been told.
You'd have to send me a link so I can check it out for myself, D.
Uh-huh.
You know, I don't think I think that now that I know about this case and now that I know the remains have been found, you know, it does catch my attention. But, you know, in looking at those newspaper.com articles from back in 1981 when she went missing, it does seem fairly early on that this guy who was much younger than Thelma, you know, the focus was on him very quickly. And then, of course, just a couple years later, he was convicted for murdering her. And he's been in jail ever since. I don't know if he's still alive or not, in jail or not now. But it became fairly obvious what was going on there, I think, pretty quickly because of certain things. That's not happening with Nancy. That doesn't mean to say that she didn't have somebody who might have been using her for money or anything, but certainly nothing that's been made public yet.
Well, see, we do know that Nancy did purchase, or not Savannah, but Annie and Tommaso's home for them.
Well, okay.
You know, as much as I try to stay away, the family, once again, you know, Annie and Tommaso.
But the thing is, though, that's hardly unusual.
Yeah.
You know, families are buying stuff for family members all the time. Okay, so they bought a place to live and then they killed her. You know, it's clear to me, if we're going to, you know, go back to Thelma for a moment, it seems pretty obvious to me that the reason he got rid of her was so he could take even more. And you find out that, he forged some checks and there was a note that probably wasn't written by her and everything else in trying to make it look like she took off. There's nothing like that for Nancy's.
Exactly. Well, and it's like I was showing Death a photo of Tommaso, and even with him, he wasn't clean shaving. He had taken it down to a goatee, but it was so full and so much hair that it would have looked, you could still would have seen that there was a more puffier beard underneath that mask versus maybe a small, kept trim goatee and mustache.
Lots of guys have beards today.
Mm-hmm.
You don't have to be Amish these days to have a beard. So I don't know. This is not catching my attention too much. And once again, if this was this Tommaso guy, would he not know there was a camera there? Would he really, 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 really want to be caught on camera?
Well, I mean, he lived right there beside, right there in the same town as his mother-in-law.
Right. And he would know that she had one of those Ring cameras, surely.
Exactly. So I don't think it would be family.
So, but the thing is, now that we're talking about this, and I know we've thrown around some different names, different cases and things, there was something that transpired, case, I guess, kind of different than this one, that after the live show, did I see it yesterday or the day before, either Tuesday or yesterday? Did you see this story? I forget, was it in Texas or somewhere, about there was a woman who had been murdered years ago, and they actually had a video of the person going up to her place?
Yes.
Did you see that?
We talked about that. Me and you did. And I think we talked about it either yesterday.
No, we didn't talk about this. No, you and I have not discussed this. No.
I thought that's the reason why I went down the rabbit hole of where Nanos was from.
No, this is
for the El Paso Police Department.
totally different. There is a woman. Let me pull this up. All right, now,
is this the woman that the movie was made about?
no,
No.
Something totally different.
Wow.
Hold on here it is. 14 years after woman was stabbed 100 times, her close friend was arrested in a Texas cold case. Investigative genetic genealogy helped identify Mayra Velasquez, 42, as the suspect in Iracema Chavez's 2012 stabbing death. They were best friends.
Oh.
And Mayra, Myra, went over and stabbed her best friend to death. And they had it on video, and it took 14 years to catch her. Why? Well, in that case, of course, I don't think anybody suspected this woman at all. They were very good friends, but now they finally have DNA evidence to show that she did it. And the weird thing is, and the video has been public for years. Everybody thought it was, of course, we know with Nancy Guthrie that a guy did it.
Mm-hmm.
But in this case, they also thought a guy did it. And now we know a woman did it. And she was under everybody's noses all these years.
Well, that's kind of like the Missy Beavers case. Me and you've been talking about that one for years as well.
That one too. We just don't know who did it. But the reason I'm bringing this up is, of course, because somebody went over and killed Iracema. Nancy Guthrie. I guess there's a chance she's still alive. But my point is, this is a perfect example of how the killer can be right under everybody's nose and nobody knows it.
And that's how did they not go? I mean, how they go that long without knowing it? Because she would have, in my opinion, cuts and stuff on her hands from that many stab wounds. You know, you eventually that knife's going to slip and you're going to cut yourself. So how did her friends that are friends with her know that she was friends with the victim not identify that to begin with?
I don't know. It says, this is just NBC News. After years of investigation and holding on to hope, authorities identified the suspect as Mayra Velasquez, a friend of Chavez's. The FBI announced at a news conference Wednesday, so just yesterday. Velasquez was arrested Thursday on a warrant charging her with capital murder. A motive in the stabbing remains unclear. Authorities said a suspect was identified through investigative genetic genealogy, a process that uses blah, 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 blah. Chavez, 32, was found in her apartment unresponsive and covered in blood on January 20th, 2012. She was declared dead at the scene. She had been stabbed over 100 times. Missing from her apartment was a TV, which investigators believe the suspect took. Investigators collected a droplet of fresh blood on the bedroom television stand. The sample was sent to a crime lab for DNA analysis and was determined not to belong to Chavez, but to an unknown Hispanic female. So they even knew that it was a woman and still didn't think it was she. It's crazy.
Yeah.
That is crazy.
So this is what I will continue to insist on with Nancy Jeffrey's disappearance. I'm still under the impression that this guy with the mask on who went over there is right under everybody's nose.
Yeah. I mean, me and Michael, well, I keep doxing him. Me and him have went through, this morning he played basically lawyer and kept asking me questions. And I'm like, well, as far as we know, as the public, we can't answer that because that's not been released, There's certain things I feel that need to be released in this case that haven't been.
The blood on the front porch, they ever
It's
identify if that's Nancy's or is it?
It's old.
It is old?
If you look at where the flowers are and stuff, and even Michael said by looking at it, you can tell it's old blood. And that would have been like from a bloody nose or coughing up bloods.
Yeah, and that could be like anybody. They
sneezing
could
blood.
have, right. You could have a landscaper out there doing work too, get a bloody nose or like you said, cough blood, anything like that, drip blood, and then all of a sudden you're a
Mhm.
suspect because you work there and you've lost blood.
Yep.
So I'm reading, they were I'm reading more about this. It seems like they were in real estate, or at least the person accused, this woman, she is in real estate now. But now that I'm reading a little more on this, it seems maybe that these two women had been in a relationship.
Oh.
And that the woman who was the victim had moved on to some other woman. But once again, this is something you can't figure out, and it takes 14 years.
Yeah.
You wouldn't think, because I'm just reading here on, Web Sleuths. Just very quickly, if Love Triangle is my pick. Supposedly, the victim had started a relationship with another woman.
Oh, wow.
But 14 years to figure that out.
So which investigator let that slip?
I realize that they have to, they want to so badly want to wait for the science and everything, but
Yeah.
this seems a little outrageous. But I don't know. But my point is, this is how people can get away with murders and then be under everybody's nose for years, and then when something definitive pops up, it's like, oh wait, how did we miss this? This kind of reminds me of going to Oklahoma to Laura Bible and Ashley Freeman. It took them 20 years to figure out that this was all over drugs, and so, the guys that were doing business with the Freemans, they couldn't figure that out in 20 years.
Yeah. I just don't get some of these cases. I mean, to me, some of them shouldn't take as long as they do. And maybe if, even with one that took 14 years, if the cops would have released more info on it, it might have been solved a lot sooner.
And if you'll remember with Laura Bible and Ashley Freeman, that night when their trailer was burning and the police and fire department showed up, they found like an insurance card for in the driveway. And it was to the car, the girlfriend of one of the guys who committed those murders.
Yep.
Gone. Just didn't do anything with it.
Yeah. Well, and I mean, we still haven't found Laura Bible or Ashley Freeman's remains either. It's from like one of my mods, Chris, asked me, and Chris, if you're in here or if you catch this, I'm not talking bad about you. And they found Molly and Cole's remains. He's like, could that have been no. No. That's up in Norman, Oklahoma City. I'm at least an hour, 2 hours south. You're not going to travel that far with a body.
See, and it surprises me that they found the remains in the condition that they did, because that whole area is covered in hogs.
Yeah.
And with the time, that has elapsed and everything like that, the fact that they found what they were able to find is amazing. And it kind of brings up the questions, where the bodies moved post-mortem to keep them from the damage that would have been sustained that, nature would have provided in that area.
Yeah. But see, and I've been asked that question, so I've always, it's one of those, I don't know.
Yeah,
And with Chris, I straightforward shut him down on it. I was like, no, sir. There's no way that could be their remains. I knew exactly whose it was. Everyone in this area did, at least.
Mm-hmm.
But, once again,
Okay.
some of these other YouTubers want to, it may not be that. No.
The webinar will begin shortly. Please remain on the line.
Oh. No, he's still there. He's just being really, really quiet.
Who, me? Yes, I'm reading. I'm reading something about another show that's doing something on Nancy Guthrie right now, and how these people certainly don't know what they're doing. I'm not going to say any names, but yep. Still getting here. It's going to the end of this month. So it's February, March, April, May, June, July. So it's going to be half a year end of this month that Nancy's still missing.
Yes.
And what did you send me? You sent me something, right? You sent me something about that, right? Something.
Yeah, I did. I don't remember what. I'm unable to get to the phone, so.
That's all right. Hold on. Okay. You sent me a link, I thought. Or was it somebody else that sent me something? I'm looking. Hold on a second.
All right.
I'm looking. You sent me this thing about Ardmore. 3 people have been arrested on July 20th.
Yes, that was one I was just talking to you about.
Yes. All right. So let me get that. Yes. Tucson home invasion. Arizona manhunt is in the sexually assaulted during a home invasion 30 miles from where Nancy Guthrie was almost 6 months ago. Yeah, this surely almost has nothing to do with her disappearance. Surely happened 2:40 a.m. It could be a copycat. Of course, this woman was left behind. Nancy was not. 30 miles away is not significant to me in anything, at least to me. The suspect is described as Hispanic or white, 5'10". Has gray in his beard. So I guess this guy was not wearing a mask, unlike the guy that went to Nancy's house. I'm thinking automatic big no on this. Easy for
Yeah.
me to talk, not my responsibility. I don't have to put up with all the crap the police have in Arizona or anything else, but this is just screaming big no to me. It's one of those things where obviously whoever did this to Nancy Guthrie has gotten away with it for 6 months. So why would that person switch up his MO and suddenly go to leaving a woman behind, not wearing a mask? You find it's like anything else in life. Once you find something that works, you stick to that. You stick to that. So they can write all they want, and and of course, I know probably CNN and everybody else covered it, but Fox News, everybody else, they're just looking for clicks. It's an automatic click fest. You mentioned Nancy Guthrie in an article or in a headline, and wow, their site visitations automatically go up. So I just don't think. I'll be very, very surprised once this is solved that whoever did this has another assault, kidnapping, or anything else in his. I'll be very surprised.
Yeah. That's, like I sent you that article about the SA that happened there in Tucson this past week. I think that
Right.
was Tuesday night that happened.
Right.
So
like you said, this wherever this happened in Tucson, 30 miles away. I mean, I understand they have to look into it because there's pressure, a lot of eyeballs, and everything else. But I just don't see it.
I don't either, but it was one of those, if Nanos is saying that, he feels like there's a connection, he is the sheriff, and you're gonna listen to what the sheriff kind of has to do.
The thing is if this sheriff was talking about a domestic violence situation, if he was talking about getting a cat out of a tree, then he would have experience in that area. But when it comes to disappearances, he does not. So it's no different than your plumber talking about disappearances.
I agree.
That's just the way it is. I'm not here to make fun, but that's just the way it is.
Yeah.
And the public doesn't understand this. I mean, the public in general, even if you're anti-police, they think the police do things, they automatically know things about things. They don't. They don't.
Oh, that's like everyone who now says they want to get into podcasts or true crime. I automatically tell them, go watch your stuff.
I appreciate it. Hopefully, they all they have to do is listen to one episode, and they'll be like, "Man, I'm not doing this. I'm not doing this."
Well, you're the one who talked me into it.
I talked you into it.
Yes.
Oh, sure. Blame it on me, D.
I'm just along for the ride.
She's the mod who, if you make her mad, she has the power of going, you're expelled forever.
Yeah.
Just like you are now, Ed.
Yeah. In the early days of doing the live show, when it was just on YouTube, and we'd get a lot more trolls, and it seems like YouTube, certain like that doesn't happen as much anymore, but it would have all sorts of bots and everything. Assistant Cherie was responsible for, knocking all that stuff out of there. So yeah, I used to have a moderator that with a heavy hand as well.
See, I used to do the TikTok lives, and there were so many trolls on TikTok.
Yeah.
Like they try to get your goat, and they try to get everything, or flip it. And
Oh, they're good at that on YouTube too, honey.
oh, I know, but I mean, like it on TikTok, it seemed like endless.
Yeah. Well, that's the reason why I think I left TikTok alone. I went straight to YouTube because it was like Ed did the podcast, I did YouTube, and what I covered and what he covered, kind of more or less. I would write down the name of the person covered. I'd go find research on it, and then I would cover it. That's before I got Ed to come over and hang out with me on Thursdays.
On Thursdays, right? But you mentioned, Dee, I want to go back to something you said a few minutes ago. I think that you bringing up Missy Beavers is insightful. I think that is another. Of course, we know that's an outright murder. I think that's also very insightful in looking at that and then looking at Nancy Guthrie's disappearance, even though generally they might not seem similar. But I think in both of those, we have to at least be open to the idea that whoever are the perpetrators of each of those crimes knew their victims. I will be honest that I'm on the record, at least with the live shows, with Misty Beavers, I'm somewhat not convinced that whoever did that to Missy knew her. So I'm taking, an opposite view on that. There are certainly no facts to dispute the idea that a friend did it. That somebody knew Missy who was jealous of her, or some love triangle situation, or jealousy or whatever, could have done it. There's no facts, I think, to rule that out.
Yeah. But my thing was the Missy Beavers was the lady who stabbed the other lady to death. I was like, well, that kind of reminds me of the Missy Beavers things,
Right. Yeah. Missy Beavers had something very, of course, they've not been overtly transparent about what happened, but whatever happened was brutal. And I don't think she was shot. I think that she was battered to death by somebody. I don't even think she was stabbed. I think she was just battered to death. So put open the idea maybe that a lot of people believe with Mr. Beavers that the person in the video woman. Maybe.
Oh, the train.
Even at the fire department, the train exists.
Yes. Okay. But yeah, with a lot of these cases, well, like I told you, I had someone come in and make the comment to me on my channel, left channel note, saying that they thought it was really odd that I was able to connect Levez's case, which we know she was murdered. We just don't know what they did with her body. That I was able to compare them like we did, and they were very, very impressed with that. That they're like, "How did you come across that?" Well, I went with older cases, older women who went missing.
Right. That's what you got to do. That's where you start. That's where, and like I said, as I've told many people, as you've heard on the live show and elsewhere, that's the first thing we did. We've been doing this since February now. We have been looking at disappearances or murders of women, let's just say of AARP age and above, women collecting Social Security and above. And we continue to see that if it is murder and they've been abducted or whatever, it's usually overwhelmingly by some guy who knew them.
Yep.
So
and
where
we
else
know
go? There is that little sliver of the pie where it could be stranger on stranger crime. But if you're just going to default to a position, it should be some guy who knew her. Now, of course, that for some people that has meant looking at the son-in-law. But I think that there are factual reasons to rule him out. Even though I think people, you go to some of these forums, they're still talking about him. Does he qualify as a guy with a beard who knew her? Yeah, of course. But I'm guessing there are a lot of men with beards who knew Nancy Guthrie, but only one of them could have done it.
This is true.
Like, did she ever take Ubers? Did she have DoorDash?
We do
show
know-
up,
well,
anything like that?
We do know the day that she went over. Okay, that Saturday night, she went over to Annie's, which is her daughter's, who live 5 miles away. And with that being said, she took an Uber, and they said that was her usual Uber driver.
Okay.
I don't know if it was male or female. We know that she had a pool guy. We know she had a lawn guy. We know she had, obviously people doing work on the house, installing cameras and stuff. We know all this. This is the stuff Nanos is giving us, which ain't much.
Could be a friend of the Uber driver. Maybe the Uber driver job. There's this older woman that lives by herself. I think she's the mother of somebody famous. That's all it would take. That's all it takes.
Yep. Oh, that's like my, trying to go down the whole cartel side of it. I'm like, well, she was her daughter would be a mouthpiece. It might not be Ransom itself they're wanting. Maybe they wanted her because, hey, we'll give your daughter back, or we'll give you your mama back if you'll run this narrative versus this narrative.
I just think that's so unlikely. Like I said, I get it. I've even had this, talk with like my trivia teammates, and my trivia teammates and I never talk anything about missing person case. Of course, Nancy Guthrie's disappearance has made it into the public discussion of people who don't pay attention to anything. It's just like the World Cup has everybody talking soccer. A bunch of people who don't watch soccer at all in the United States now paying attention. Same kind of thing. And a couple of my trivia teammates, when I made the comment, I didn't even know who Savannah Guthrie was until her mother got kidnapped. And they were like, oh, everybody knows Savannah Guthrie. No offense to my teammates. I like them a lot. Most people don't know who Savannah Guthrie is. Don't. I mean, most people can't even name their own representative in the House of Representatives. They can't name their 2 senators from their state. Most people do not know who Savannah Guthrie is. I mean, the Today Show or whatever show she's on, it only has a viewer, a few million people in a country of 300 some million. She may be making a lot of money. That doesn't mean a lot of people know her. That's like me thinking that because I like the band Badlands from the late 1980s into the early 1990s, and that everybody knows who they are. Most people don't. So that just seems unlikely to me. Are you there, D? I'm just rattling on and on and on.
There we go. I'm back. Am I back?
I lost you. Where'd you go?
My phone timed out. It's one of those nights. Thank God that we only do an hour, Ed.
Tonight is feeling like, what it's feeling like? It feels like the internet just got to Oklahoma, is what it's feeling.
I think the heat just got here.
And it can leave anytime. I will not keep it here.
I mean, my sunburn. On top of it, I think I'm getting.
Second degree. Oh my goodness.
Well, and now I'm getting a rash on my chest where the sunburn was at.
I'm sure you are.
And so I'm like, I wonder if I'm allergic to the sun now. I wonder if that triggered something.
That's bad. It's dangerous, dude. All right, D. Well, I'm going to go. It's been fun.
Yes, Ed. I will talk to you later.
All right. I'll keep you. Once again, you now have access to my newspapers.com account. I gave you the login if you want to go in there and start looking up stuff. Okay. And I will keep you posted on that other issue that I asked you about. Okay. I'll keep you posted.
All right.
All right. I'll keep you in the loop on that.
Okay.
All right. Everybody, what's your name again? I'm sorry.
It's Jenna. You're fine. And next
All right,
time,
Sarah. Nice meeting you. You can talk.
Talkative.
talkative or and more knowledgeable.
Well, and hopefully I can get it done on my weekends that I have off. I'll find the research so that way we have it through
Okay.
the week.
I'll keep you posted whatever we're doing.
Huh?
I'll keep you posted as things progress.
All righty. Not a
All right.
problem.
All right. See ya.
Later, Ed.
Bye.
Bye bye.
In live stream.